Shalom. I'm Brother David Well, Israeli from Baltimore, Maryland, Bet Yahweh. And today we'll be talking about what can we give God? What can we give Yahweh? The reason why this came about is because Yahweh has everything. The scriptures say that the earth and the fullness thereof is His. Okay, the Messiah says this. So, what can we give Him? What does He want from us? What does He need from us? What does He require of us? So our first passage is found in the book of Psalms, Psalms 116, verse 12. What shall I render unto Yahweh for all His benefits towards me? And like I stated, when we think of all the things that the Creator has done for us, past and present, and in the future, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And David put that out there because of all the things that the Creator has done for him. You've done this for me. You took me from a pauper to a king. He was a shepherd, and then he made it all the way up to ruling Israel. So he asked the question, what can I give you in return, Yahweh, for doing all this for me? So let's look and see what Yahweh wants us to give Him in return. Deuteronomy 10th chapter, verses 12 and 13. And now, Israel, what does Yahweh, thy Elohim, require of thee, but to fear Yahweh, thy Elohim, to walk in all His ways, and to love Him, and to serve Yahweh, thy Elohim, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of Yahweh and His statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So there's the answer. There's the answer. We could cut it right there, but let's look and see exactly what he's saying. Right? The word fear in the Hebrew is yarah. It means fearing morally, to reverence something. You want to, first of all, He wants us to reverence Him. Okay? Show reverence to Yahweh, because He is holy. And this is not optional, because if we want to know anything about Him, the scriptures say that the beginning of knowledge, that the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge. So before we can know anything about Him, we have to learn to reverence Him. We have to give Him His proper respect. Okay. Now the word walk. Okay. That's the Hebrew word halak. Okay, and it means to walk. Well, there's another word. This word is spelled Hey Lamed Kaf. Hey Lamed Kaf. And it's a word that's spelled the same way as halak. It's spelled the same way, and it means to journey. By implication, a wayfarer. So we can see from this word walk, He wants us to take a journey with Him. And as we're journeying with Him, we're learning about Him. He's teaching us with this journey. Be getting closer to Him. And to prove that, let's look at Genesis 12:1. This is talking about Abraham. Now Yahweh said unto Abraham, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. So first of all, we have to separate ourselves from our country and our kindred, and from our father's house. Our father in this manner being Satan. Separate yourself from him. And I will show you a new land. I'll show you something new. I'm going to bring you into something new if you do these things. Okay? So that's what that's showing there. Now the word love, okay, that word is ahab, and it means to have affection for. To have affection for, say sexually or otherwise, but to have affection for. When it says sexually, when you think about sex between a man and a woman, that's the epitome of affection. That's when the two become one. You're joined in that union, and it just epitomizes it. Everything is wonderful. So what's the question? It says we're supposed to love Yahweh, but what is it about Him that we're supposed to love? How can we show this love to Him? We're going to look at Psalms 119 and verse 97. Oh, how I love thy law. It is my meditation all day. So, when you think about having sex, it gets so good, you don't want it to stop. You want to, you think about it. And, when you think about your wife, a lot of times you can get that, that thought comes to your mind. You just be dreaming, you're caught in that, I remember that. I remember back when we first started. It's a love affair, a love call, so to speak. And you get to thinking about it. You can get caught up in that moment, with this. Also, Psalms 2:12. Psalms 2:12. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So we're also supposed to love his Son. Supposed to love the Son of God. That you can't get around it. You can't get, Mashiach Yahusha, there's no reason not to love him. He came to this planet. He gave up his position to come here and to serve us when he didn't have to. He was a king. When he came here, he was still a king, but he took the role of a servant. And he didn't have to do that. So we're going to continue on this thought on the next part. This is Brother David Well from Bet Yahweh bidding you shalom.